Now, this, you got to follow me here. And I got a great guest coming up who will explain it even further, but this is important. So two guys in Rensselaer County, New York, upstate, believe that the carry law in New York is unconstitutional because it's so hard here for legal gun owners, if you have a pistol in your house, to carry it on your person when you leave your house. Okay? It's unbelievably restricted in New York. So these two men filed a federal lawsuit and said, look, we need these firearms for protection. Okay, we fear that something bad may happen to us. And there are thousands, probably tens of thousands of people in the same, if you carry cash, if you're a small business owner, if you live in a terrible neighborhood, if there is a drug gang around the corner, all of those things happen in New York State frequently. So you need some self-protection, but you can't carry here, or you couldn't up until today. So the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that New York State's concealed weapon law is unconstitutional. And they threw it out. 6-3, here's who voted for it. Roberts, Thomas, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett, and Alito. Okay? 5 of those are conservatives. Roberts is, I don't know what Roberts is, but those are the 6. Voting against are the avowed liberal wing, Breyer, Sotomayor, Kagan. So New York's carry law vanishes. Oh, hysterical. Biden's hysterical. Hochul, the governor, is hysterical. The View lady. Oh, there's so many murders and there's so many shootings in schools. This is such a fraud, I can't even begin to tell you. Number one, in order to even purchase a handgun legally in New York or have one in your home, you have to go through extensive background checks. If you have anything on your record, including driving violations, the state will hold up your right to buy the gun. You can't buy the gun if you have anything on your record at all. And even if you're clean, like me, if I went in to buy a gun, I have to wait 3 months to get a permit, and the state of New York will demand that I take a firearms training class. It's another 2 months. So you just can't go in like you can in Virginia and North Carolina and buy a gun in New York State and take it home. You can't do it. It's impossible. And that kind of a restrictive situation means that no criminal can get their hands legally on a firearm in New York State. Same thing in California. It's almost impossible to get the permit. It takes forever. So these people who are lying, and it's just flat out lie. Oh, the criminals are now going to be able to carry the gun. No. If you have an unlicensed gun on you in New York State and the cops pull you over, that's you charged with a crime. Now, they're not going to enforce the law, especially if you are a drug gang member. You probably won't even get charged if you have an illegal gun on you. This is so hypocritical, okay? But if you're carrying a firearm concealed and you don't have a license for that, it's a felony in some places. All right, so the whole thing is emotional, just like Roe v. Wade. What they say to you isn't true. All this does is give law-abiding citizens, like me and you probably, the right to carry in situations where we feel we are in danger. That's all it does. It doesn't give loons more of an opportunity to buy. If you have a psychiatric beef on your sheet, you're never going to get a gun in New York and California and most other liberal states, ever. And again, I'll reinforce this point. The criminals don't go through this system. They buy on the street. Here's Governor Hochul. Go.
absolutely shocking that they have taken away our right to have reasonable restrictions. We can have restrictions on speech. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. But somehow there's no restrictions allowed on the Second Amendment.
No restrictions, madam? I'll yell something in the theater. You're a dunce. You are a deceiver. You don't tell the truth. No restrictions on the Second Amendment? That's a lie. Flat out lied in front of the whole state. She's got a primary June 28th. You vote for Hochul, you're voting for a liar.